In this lecture, we will talk about how we can subscribe the post topic using Lightning Web Component. In our previous lecture, we talked about like subscribing the post topics, platform events, or change data capture inside Salesforce. Salesforce has provided their pre-inbuilt standard modules that we can use. That is same for Lightning Web Component and Aura Component. We have something called Lightning EMP API. So we can leverage the EMP API, and EMP API itself uses Comet D behind the scene to subscribe and unsubscribe the event. So to start with that, we need to do is in the Lightning Web Component, first thing we have to import the required method for getting started with the EMP API. So Lightning EMP API is a module which is available that you can also find into the Lightning Component library. I will walk you through. And then you need to import some methods like subscribe to subscribe the event, unsubscribe to unsubscribe the event, error if there is any error, which is on error. And these are the two optional methods, like set debug flag if you wanted to see the debug, and then is EMP enabled to check if the EMP API can work in that context or not. These are the 5 methods which are there available inside Lightning EMP API. After that, what you can do is on a button click or on the page load, you can just call subscribe method to subscribe the event or channel or CDC. And then on the button click, you can just unsubscribe the method for that event, whatever the subscription that we have made. Now let's see what it takes for the subscribe method. The subscribe method is, again, it is used for subscribing a event or a channel, and it returns an object. And the subscription object is something which we need to hold in order to unsubscribe the event. This is the object that unsubscribe method accepts as a parameter. Now what subscribe method takes is 3 parameters. One is channel name. Channel name is the fully qualified API name of your event, your topic, or your CTC. We'll talk about more on that. Then it takes replay ID. Replay ID is a type of number which you can have. It is -1, -2, or any other positive or negative number. We will talk in that part also. And then callback method. Callback method is a JavaScript method which executes when you receive any message. That is what this method does. Now let's talk about first this replay ID. Replay ID is a number, again we talked, right? If we specify -1, it only gives us the new messages. New messages means whatever all the new notification will arrive to us, we will receive that. But what if we wanted to see the saved messages? That means there are some possibilities, right? Our subscriber was offline for some time, and then we got some notification, right? If we don't use -2, that means if we specify -1, what we will do, we will have is we will lose those notifications. Suppose that we got 10 notifications in that period of time, our subscriber was offline. We will only see, we will lose that 10 notifications. So in order to save that, what we have is we usually specify -2 so that we can get all the saved events after the event was offline, right? Now what will happen is, and first thing is that how many times an event will be saved. It is 24 hours. So if you specify -2 and your event goes offline for some time, your subscriber, and then comes online after some time, that subscriber will receive all the events. We will see this in the demo, in the proper demo as well. And similarly, we have unsubscribe method to unsubscribe the event. That means if we don't want to receive the notification. It takes 2 parameters. One is subscription, the subscription that we got from the object, from the first method while subscribing the event, and then callback method, again a method which will execute when we unsubscribe the particular event. Now let's first talk about from where we can get more details, and then we will try to implement. To get that, what you need to do is you need to just go to the Lightning component library. If you don't, what you can do is you can just search for Lightning component library, and then open the very first link. And what you can do is you can just search here EMP, and this is your EMP API. Even if you search not including hyphen, you say EMP, you will say 2 options. One is for Aura and one is for Lightning, that is web component. So as we are working with web component, we are going to work with this. And this is for Aura component. Click on this EMP API. It is going to open the complete document for that. And here you can get all the methods and how you can implement that. Everything is here. You can see subscribe. It is taking all 3 parameters. Unsubscribe, taking 2 parameters. On error, it is returning a callback function which will going to give us the error which is occurring, and then debug flag, EMP enable. These are all the 5 methods we have. Now what we can do is we can copy paste all these codes. That is again going to work for us. There are few changes that we need to make. This is the same code that I have implemented for this lecture. So I have set up my VS Code. If you don't know how to set up the VS Code with Lightning Web Component, how to develop the Lightning Web Component, I have a course for this as well. You can go ahead and find out my course for Lightning Web Component, which also includes a live project like this course as well. I created a component and the component name is SFDC underscore events. Why I am saying underscore events? Because I am going to use the same component for CDC and platform event as well. Now this component contains one input, which is going to take the parameter from the user, what channel you want to subscribe. Again, this is not something which is a best practice to ask the user to subscribe the channel. But as of now, we are saying we are giving you the flexibility like that. Please tell us what channel you wanted to subscribe, what notification you wanted to receive. Otherwise, we will not send you any unnecessary notifications. And then we have got 2 buttons. One is for subscribing, which is going to call a method called handle subscribe. And this button will be disabled if we have already subscribed the event. So that user cannot go ahead and click on the same button again and again to subscribe. And then again we have one more button which is for unsubscribe, which calls a method handle unsubscribe, which is saying that it will get disabled if the subscribe has been if the subscription is not there. So this is something simple we have, and then we are just trying to show some message data over here on the top. In the JavaScript class, what we did is we performed the very first step. We imported some methods. I'm going to remove these 2 methods because those are not needed for me from this Lightning EMP API. We have some variable called channel name, which is having some dummy value. That is also okay. We said subscribe disabled is false, and each subscribe disabled is just inverted of what subscribe disabled is. If it is false, it will be true. If it is true, it will be false. As we know, the subscribe method returns an object which holds the subscription. We created a variable called subscription which holds an empty object. And then these are the 2 parameters to store some data. Handle channel name. This is something this event calls when you try to change the name of your channel. That is what it is calling and saying whatever the channel you are changing, it is sending into the whatever the value that you are changing, it will assign to the variable called channel name. And then what we did is in the connected callback, we called a new method called register error listener, which is doing nothing, which is just calling a method on error, which is provided by EMP API. And it is saying that whatever error we are getting, it is just doing a console log over here. That's it. Next, we have handle subscribe for subscribing the event. And now we know subscribe method takes 3 parameters. One is channel name, whatever the channel name we have, the replay ID. I said right, I'm going to show you the events of the live example of -1 and -2. For now, I'm going to say here -1. That means which we will be getting only new events. And then message callback. The callback is nothing, it's a function over here. And we created a function separately, or we can also use the function instead of this new function as well, which is doing a console log over here saying new message received and in a JSON stringify. That means in a string format. And once the subscription has been made successfully, what we said, if the subscription has been made, that means calling the then response, then is for success. We said that the subscription request sent to what channel we have entered into the input field, and we send them same message to this subscription data so that we can display into the component for now for our testing purpose. And then we said here the subscription, we are storing whatever subscription we got, we are storing into the object, the variable that we have created, so that we can use this subscription to unsubscribe the event. And that is what we are doing here. We are saying handle unsubscribe. This takes that parameter that we just stored over here and said whatever the response. This is a function, arrow function, and we'll saying unsubscribe response. And there is one more method, toggle subscription button. This is just reverting the values of those two boolean variable that we created on the top. Whatever we are sending from here, either true or false, and then just invert those. So this is very simple component that we have created and very helpful and powerful component. After that, what I did, I made some changes into meta XML file. I said the master label is near real-time demo, and these are the targets where I wanted to use my component. If you wanted to use your component in the utility bar, you can just remove all this. You can just put all these targets. There are various targets that you can have for a Lightning Web component, and you can get those details into the Lightning component library. So I'm just going to redeploy this component, and then we'll see. I'm using this component inside the record detail page for an opportunity itself, and then we'll see how it behaves for the -1 value and for the -2 value. So for the very initial, what you have to do is, once you have deployed your component, switch to Lightning and then open any record if you wanted to use record, or if you wanted to use home page. What you can do is, let me show you here in the home page as well. Just click on edit page, and make sure that if you wanted to use in the home page, your Lightning component must have this target enabled, Lightning _home page. Now here I'm just going to remove this assistant, or I'm going to remove this as well. I don't need this news part. I don't need this assistant as well. Scroll down in the left. Under custom, you will see near real-time demo. This is our master label. I'm just going to drag drop over here. You can see our component is here. Save it. After save, it will ask for activation if you are doing it for the first time. Activate the page. I just assigned it to the org default. And after activation, I will again try to save it. Now I have got my component over here. I need to put here, I need to say it is going to subscribe a topic. And what is the topic name over here? It is opportunity updates. Now to see, if I click on subscribe, I should be able to see some message over here. Subscribe. It said subscription request sent to this channel. Now you can see that unsubscribe button is it is enabled, and we can disable it if we click on this. Now we have set our replay ID as 1, and this is what we got in the debug that we also did. We can also go back to our code, go to the JavaScript, and this is the debug that we have got. Not this, this is the one. Subscription request sent to the channel name, and we got here. We did not get any events, right? If I get back, edit any opportunity, I'm just making it as a private. It will work. Why? Because the event or the post topic that we are subscribing have notify for fields is set to all. And you can see here reply ID is 9. That means this is the message that we got is the number 9. Now let's try to get back into our code and replace this -1 with -2. Let's go ahead and subscribe this. I'm just going to clear this console, subscribe it. Now you can see here, right? We have got so many messages over here. Why? Because now we have set our replay ID as -2. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's say we are setting the replay ID as a 5. What will happen? We should not be able to see these 4 events. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So this is very practical thing, and you must need to know about that, how this works. That is why I'm trying to show you the various scenarios for this, so that if anyone asks you, you should be able to in a position to answer the questions for that person. Now I am going to subscribe this again. If you see here, right, 5, not 5, because we have given the replay ID as a 5. After that, we'll get all the events 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's quickly clone this opportunity. I'm going to name it as clone so that we can get the difference between what event we are getting. And if we get back there, we got this replay ID as a 10, and the opportunity name is cloned, gain point SLA cloned. That's how your replay ID works. And this replay ID is same for all the events. All the events means platform event, CDC, and post topic as well. But the time for storing the event gets changed when it comes to platform event and CTC, change data capture. So this is what I have planned for this lecture. If you have anything, or if you are stuck anywhere in the course in the previous lecture, please feel free to reach out to me. Thank you.